Vande Mataram. Hara Hara Mahadev. Jai Shri Ram. So it's been quite a while where I've joined on a live session. I could not join due to various reasons. And to be honest, the main reason was that I do not enjoy higher viewership. My viewership is very low, and so it does not motivate me to, come live on a regular basis. The second reason was there were a lot of health issues in my family. Uh, so that's the second reason. Third reason was that, you know, as I have been predicting for so many years, I know that people are trapped in that cognitive dissonance. Even if I tell the truth, even if I warn you in advance, even when I give you future predictions, you are not going to believe me. Neither do you go and do your homework and come back. So what happens is most of the people who come here want to, score their brownie points and they have their own opinions to share, which are very lousy, right? So they copy from my previous work and then come and vomit again in front of me to show that what a great scholar they are. So this is the problem. So I thought I'll interact privately with some of my admirers. Now, coming back to this topic, today's topic is on this U-turn expert Rajiv Malhotra, and other is on that U-turn his best pal, that lady Madhu Kishore. So it's very very important to expose these two fraudsters. I have known these guys for so many years. I mean, I came to know them through social media in 2010, and I came in contact with this American chap, Rajiv Malhotra, in 2011. Uh, when I sent a mail, a casual mail, appreciating his work, and the fellow said, "Oh, I'm coming to India, and why don't you be a volunteer for my next venture?" I said, "Okay, I will do that," uh, and that's how came in touch with him. So the reason for exposing these two sophisticated cheaters is because many of you, especially the younger generation, is in very awe of these two, uh, you know, best buddies. They think, these two people are working for the Hindu cause, right? They represent the Hindu identity, the Hindu culture. They present the Hindu resistance against these forces, Islamic forces and other communist forces, which is what I also used to think uh, till 2016. But my eyes got opened when I came to know that these are all planted people. They are stooges of the globalist. If you see my community posts, I have already exposed these two fraudsters. So, if you are a andhbhakt, if you are a blind follower, if you cannot listen to the facts and the experiences which I have gone through, then please you can immediately leave this space and maybe have something other meaningful, fruitful things to do. Uh, I am doing this expose to help people come out of the trap of these fraudsters. Let them decide for themselves whether my narration helps them in coming out and gives them more clarity, right? So the decision is up to the listener. I'm not trying to force my view on somebody else, but I'm sharing my experiences that how I got trapped with these fellows and how I came out. And now I am openly fighting such controlled opposition. So these people, so let me start with Rajiv Malhotra. So this Mal-hotra, Mal in Hindi, what it is. So this shitbag, pretended that, he is alone and he's fighting, sitting in America. He's challenging the Westerners and he works a lot on ideology, blah, blah, blah. All those things he used to. So I also got emotional. Oh, such a fellow, he sacrificed and he gave a story. I've been, researching for 20 years. I have left all my businesses and I've donated it for $1, blah, 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 and this and that. And I was very moved. And I was an emotional fool back then. I didn't knew anything about this fellow. And I got trapped. And since he requested me to be a volunteer, I became a volunteer in his book launch. Uh, called Being Different, right? That time he was launching his second book. His first book was Breaking India, which was a very good book. Even Being Different is a good book. I mean, I must admit that Rajiv Malhotra writes exceptionally well researched books on many topics, and I would like to give him credit for that. But hear me out patiently, friends. I'm not trying to say, that everything is hunky dory with this fellow. So, being an intellectual does not make you a dharmic fellow. So, what happened was, I used to listen to this fellow, but slowly, 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 and I was part of his team in a Yahoo email group where people used to share, and he used to respond. Slowly, slowly, as he became famous, we did a lot of work here in India and introduced him to many big shots, many well-oiled money bags, people who were rich and who wanted to do something for the Hindu cause. So, without thinking for self-gratification or for some personal benefits, I introduced him to many others. In fact, I spent a lot of my money, hard-earned money, uh, on his book launch because he threw a lot of tantrums. We wanted to bring a very hardcore Hindu nationalist politician on board, which he refused. Right? He used to hate Subramaniam Swamy, who was emerging as a very strong Hindu leader at that time. He's fighting the 2G case and the Hindu terror theory and all those things. And so he said, no, 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 I don't want such people. And I want to be a very strong, want a purely academic exercise. And we brought in many academicians, but he was not interested. He wanted to project himself as some sort of, a very high caliber guy. So what happened was we didn't get any sponsors. We didn't get any people to endorse him. People were scared at that time to endorse a Hindu guy, and he was totally against RSS at that time. So we ended up doing a lot of struggle and spending a lot of money from our pocket. So the entire team, which was doing his work, they spent their own money, and they had to host the show. Anyway, so cut short, and I found out that this fellow is a highly materialistic guy. There is no spirituality in him. He is totally westernized in his thought, speaks only in English. Later on, only after many, many requests, when he used to conduct his shows, he started speaking in Hindi, and that too in bits and pieces. So he cannot speak in Hindi. उसे हिंदी बोलने में बहुत कठिनाई होती. That was the story of this fellow. Second, he used to be very arrogant in his emails. Slowly, when he became famous and he got introduced to you know many money bags and many politicians and many industrialists, this fellow started treating us, the common supporters, as dirtbags. Sorry, he started treating us as dirtbags, and he used to demand a lot of money. So one of my volunteer member, he was a young chap. He went over enthusiastic, and he told him that please come for a special session on a Hindu cause. And this fellow said, "Oh, you give me a five-star hotel accommodation and a business class air ticket from US and that and that." And this this volunteer fellow, young fellow, got shocked, and he came and told me all those things. So I said, if this is the kind of approach this fellow has, then it's better to stay away. But most of his supporters are from the BJP political background, and politics is all about projecting yourself in front of the public that I am the biggest Hindu nationalist in this world, right? So he sidestepped, and I see that fellow after 6 months when his third or fourth book launch was there in one of the IITs. This volunteer was working for him. Right. So this is the problem with the Hindus. They will, if somebody kicks them, they will go down and bow down to that fellow and again start, licking their feet. So no self-respect, no uh, understanding of how the other person is. Just blind bhakti. So, so I, immediately registered in one of his groups in his email chats, and he got very pissed off, and he, removed me from the group. And I said, okay, that's good, because I was even feeling suffocated in his group, and I came out. But slowly, when I found out that this fellow is now going to the UK Parliament, and he's collaborating with the British and saying, "Oh, the Britishers understand Indians better, and you should have been there. Uh, why did you allow the Americans to, take over the Indian business sector?" Blah blah blah. So basically, he was trying to recolonize the Hindus, and he was highly promoting artificial intelligence in 2017. While I could immediately make out, even in those days, I'm not a very uh, highly skilled IT professional, because I'm not from the IT sector, not from the computer sector, but I could easily make out from the globalist movement that artificial intelligence is a trap, right? They're collecting our data, they're enslaving us. So, this is a modern enslavement. AI is modern enslavement. And I started writing to him on the social media, and he kept on ignoring me, and he even blocked me because he had no answers. But his chamchas, his now bootlickers, they got very abusive, as if I was some committing some crime, and again, same like Modi, right? If you call out Modi and his weaknesses, they will attack you. You are anti-national, you are anti-Hindu, you are a jihadi, blah blah blah. So these BJP tards are, they are also Rajiv tards, right? So Malhotra tards. So this is the this is what I have happened, and later on after Corona, his entire game was exposed when he was promoting the vaccines. This is the story of Malhotra. So Malhotra is a very selfish man. He is, and now he's part of the RSS. He got introduced to the RSS and he became a director in Niti Aayog, right? So this Malhotra is a very selfish guy. I came to know that many people contributed lakhs of rupees and they were also sidelined, ignored, and uh, uh, marginalized in the group, and they felt very cheated. So, my request to my fellow Hindus would be that if somebody is speaking in English doesn't mean he's a very dharmic fellow. We should know the concept of dharma and adharma. I have been the pioneer in this work, right? I have done the pioneer work. I do not write books. I do not present myself as intellectual simply because I do not want to make money. I do not want to get famous on the dead bodies of Hindus, right? I believe in karma. I believe in karma. I believe in dharma, right? So my focus is on self-discovery, Atma Sakshatkar, Paramatma Sakshatkar, Ananda Prapti. So these are my ideas, which this is my goal, and I think so. Every Jivatma should strive for that, only, which is what our Vedas talk about. So what I would request to everybody is that okay, you should be a good admirer of Malhotra. That is not a problem, but don't give money to this fellow, right? So this dirt bag will become more powerful. So he's like a asura. So the more you feed him, the more powerful he becomes. So be appreciative of his work, but don't get mesmerized. Oh, he's something great. He's extraordinary. Don't be doing that. He's actually cheating us. He's a globalist stooge. Same as this with this his best pal, this lady, Vanmanushi, right? I call her Vanmanushi, the jungle queen. So this lady is also quite arrogant and a complete champu. See, if you see her past record, she used to be a great admirer of JKL, Yasin Malik, right? The Kashmiri terrorist, the famous Kashmiri terrorist. She held a press conference with this fellow and used to support him. Right? He wants to reform himself. He's a blah blah blah. That time she did not know anything. She says, "I don't know anything about Islam." Nowadays, you see, she's trying to champion the Hindu cause. Second, she was the first person to support the CIA stooge Modi, right? She went to Gujarat and covered the Gujarat riots and wrote a book on Modi, and she became instantly famous. And that is how Modi emerged on the national scene. I think so. She was planted, she was offered money by somebody, and she went there. She got access to Modi. And you see what has happened after 2014. We all got fooled up with Modi, right? I have no shame in admitting that I was one of the biggest fools to support that fellow. So I didn't knew about all this globalist, but till 2014. So this is, and nowadays she's also supporting this RN Amarji, that Baba. What is his name? Ramdev. So in 2020 lockdown, I called up once in her office, and she picked up the phone and we had a chat for 1 hour, and she was constantly marketing Ramdev. And when I repeatedly told that, this corona is a scam and these vaccines will be introduced, she kept on insisting, "Oh, how can you say that? You're a fool. You this that," and kept on shouting at me. And I told her that I can give you a lot of the proofs, shows, but you either invite me on camera on your show, or you come on my channel on social media. But she flatly refused. She said, "Give me all the data. Give me all the data." So I came to know that she's trying to collect data from me, and then later on she will market it as her own. So this is again a very notorious trick of these intellectuals. They, if they come up with somebody's idea, they want all the data information, and they will study and then start marketing as themselves as their own, right? Like this Nirjeev Malhotra. This, I call him Nirjeev Malhotra. He's now using the word term dharmic lens, right? So this dharma and adharma concept was mine, which got stolen by the Arya Namaji. Uh, there's one Arya Namaji who became my friend on YouTube. Uh, what was his name? I just forgot his name. Karthik. Yeah, Karthik Prakash. That Shudra fellow, the Arya Namaji, Charvak. So these fellows, and one Hindu Vichardhara, all this group, copied my work, and of Dharma and Adham started marketing as their own, and this got slowly transferred to the big fellows. Amish Tripathi started copying it. Now this Malhotra copied. Now this Ami Ganatra, this lady is now using those terms. So all these ideas of mine, got copied by them. And since I do not have a very high reach, I do not frequently come on YouTube. I do not have access to many prominent Hindu experts. Uh, it's very difficult for me to, propagate my ideas to the Hindu community. Anyway, so whatever it is, but I'm just trying to tell you. So I found out I sent him one or two mails exposing Bill Gates and all those fellows. Uh, she she said she replied that you give me more data, and I refused. I said you come with your data, and you come on my show. Let's have a talk about this, right? If you strongly feel that Corona is not a scam, you come on my show with your data. But she then ignored me, and I also ignored her. And I thought it's not advisable to, because but by that time I knew that she's a very good friend of uh, Malhotra, and I should be very cautious. So, in conclusion, my friends, I do not want to waste your time. In conclusion, what I'm trying to say is that you should not take people on face value. Do a proper study, even if they're trying to say that they're fighting for the Hindu cause, they are not. Right now, this lady takes a lot of money from the jihadi gang in Bollywood. That also I have exposed, right? She takes money from that Charsi Khan's father. Everybody knows who is that Charsi Khan and what kind of a mafia he is, what kind of connections he has in the international space. Even the prime minister is scared of that fellow. So there are many jihadis in India who control India from uh, with the help of outside forces, and even the government and the politicians are scared of them. So this lady, is very obnoxious, very uh, confusing figure, and you never know when she will tilt her views, right? In which side. So, so I would say that you should be very careful, and These are all globalist stooges. They sometimes come and talk against the globalists, but this is part of their controlled opposition gang, right? So there are many such players, and there are certain fools who want to, just project themselves and become famous as crusaders. So, to the Hindu diaspora, to the Hindu genuine intellectuals, to the dharmic uh, uh, intellectuals, vicharaks, to all the adhyatma followers, please, 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 uh, if you have, gone through my discussion or my experience, be get cautious, be alert, don't follow anybody blindly. And if someone who is listening to my uh, talks right now, and he or she also feels that you have been cheated by these two um, fellows, can contact me, can write in the comment section. If possible, I will try to hold a discussion with you, right? And you can share your experiences with me or and the rest of the audiences, right? If somebody is interested to, don't be scared, come out and do your karma. All these adharmic forces should be exposed. So these fellows are adharmic, right? They do not follow dharma. In fact, they do not even know what is dharma, right? The concept of dharma and adharma is not known to this to fake pseudo Hindu warriors, Hindu intellectuals. He calls him Kshatriya, right? Kshatriya intellectual. These are not. So I have told you what I had to tell you, and I would request that I have shared many screenshots of um Nirjeev and this Vanmanushi. You can go through that, where they themselves are, you know, siding with the globalist, right? They are exposing themselves. So go through that, and please do not think that I am doing this work based on hatred. No, hatred is very, very minimal, right? My hatred is, I am actually doing this show so that uh, Hindus can be saved. You should know that which are the stooges, which are the real people, and it's the truth is very crude, right? So it's very bitter to swallow the truth pill, but you have to do it. So if you are a truth lover, then yes. If you are a follower of Paramatma, you will love the truth. But if you are someone trapped in the propaganda war game, can't do much, right? Bhagwan may help you, right? So that's it, friends. This is the end of my talks for today. As usual, I don't have much audience, but in case somebody is interested, I have so many other things to talk about. You know what has happened in Nepal? A lot of violence. Parliament has been burned down. Pahalgam terrorist attack, and after Operation Sindoor, what is going on? How our CIA stooge, ACYPL stooge, Mohammad Das Modi is, selling the country. All this drama, Trump, Modi, tariffs, and all this. There are many topics to talk about. But what has happened is I do not want to talk unnecessarily. If there's some interest, some genuine person who wants to invest his or her time and work for the Hindu cause, saving Sanatan Dharma, then I can talk. Then I can come and share my thoughts, my research, my experience with you all. Rest all these blabbers, please do not join it. I do not wish to, talk with armchair nonsense guys. तो आज का मैं ये सेशन समाप्त करता हूँ. आप लोग अपना ध्यान रखिएगा. शुभ रात्रि. और आप में से जिसके साथ भी कोई बुरा अनुभव हुआ है, जो इन दोनों को एक्सपोज करना चाहे, वो मुझसे संपर्क कर सकते हैं. और भी कोई विषय हो तो आप कर सकते हैं. अगर उसका धर्म से कोई लेना देना हो और अधर्मियों का नाश करता हो तो ऐसे लोग मुझसे संपर्क कर सकते हैं. तो मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूँ. शुभ रात्रि. जय जय श्री राधे.